up the esophagus. Okay, and so in the esophagus, there's a lot to see in the esophagus. I'm not going to ask you to memorize, look at the section and say which one is upper, which one is middle, which section is lower. Okay, that I don't think is that important. I want to focus on the big picture of this lab, which is to learn about the layers and the tissue types. Okay, so I'm not going to test you which section of the esophagus is this. I know you can figure that out, but it's just one more thing to learn. So I'm not going to ask you that. I do want you to identify these structures right here. What are those?
Esophageal glands.
Yeah, those are esophageal glands, and hopefully seeing those glands and then also this inner edge of epithelia here will tip you off. You should be able to recognize the organ. So if I put this up here, you see those glands, and you look at this and you see that epithelia there, you should be able to recognize that as the esophagus. And I know you can't see the epithelia too well because I haven't zoomed in, but I would. Okay, so a little better there now. And what kind of epithelium is this here?
Non-keratinized.
Great, non-keratinized, stratified,
squamous epithelium.
Good. So let's do the layers now. So this is our main layer. I'll test you guys more on a little bit more verbally, but I'll just go through it since it's the first time. So this is the main layer of the mucosa. Okay, so this is your free surface. This is the lumen of the esophagus. The inside of the esophagus is over here. So this is the mucosa main layer, and it goes this way, and it goes to, it's hard to tell exactly where it stops because it looks like I have just a little tiny bit of the muscularis mucosae right here, but it doesn't show up very well in this section. I won't test you on sublayers or layers that aren't pictured well. Okay, sometimes the dye doesn't take, sometimes it's just a bad section. Okay, so it's really tough to see the muscularis mucosae. That would still be part of the mucosa main layer though. That is it. It's just very poorly defined. Okay, so then this is the areolar tissue that makes up the lamina propria. Like you said, this is the non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. So this is all main layer mucosa up to there. Okay, so then that makes this main layer what?
Submucosal.
Submucosa. Yeah, you already identified the esophageal glands. Good, mucus producing. Okay, submucosa. And then you guys are good with muscle now. You should recognize that as muscle. And this is all main layer.
Muscularis externa.
Muscularis externa. Good. Muscularis externa. And so as far as identifying circular versus longitudinal, because it's the esophagus and this part skeletal, it's not very clear. So we're not going to worry about that as far as inner circular and outer longitudinal. Okay. But this is, we want to see this outer layer out here. Definitely fair game. Okay, what's this main layer out here?
Adventitia.
Yeah, that's the adventitia, and it's got kind of wispies, collagen fibers, or dense fibrous connective tissue is the tissue type out here. And what kind of, oh, well, this is the skeletal muscle. Yeah, we mentioned that already. Okay. And okay, I think that's it with the esophagus. So